I give up. I give up. I have been beaten. I cry uncle. What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages? RnTmErr here, playing some more single-player ARK Survival Evolved Vanilla Plus on my local instance. So when we left off, we had our Argy, Uncle Sam, right? And I said we were gonna go tame him up a little bit, or excuse me, tame him up. We were going to go level him up a little bit. What's that bag on the ground? And owner Uncle Sam cash. That's not a normal bag. What the heck is going on here? I dropped a bunch of stuff, but that doesn't seem right. What? Oh. All right, whatever. I wonder if that's new. Anyway, didn't fly very far and ran into a bunch of ran into one alpha like 56 Carno and a bunch of alpha raptors. So we got him leveled way up. He's now 236. Got his health up to 3,000. Stamina's at 16. Melee damage is up to 13,000. Almost 14,000. We're pumping that to 15, and then we'll probably put the rest into health and stam. Weight is up at 800. I might go ahead and bump that up to 1,000, but I don't know that I'll really need it. I am going to try to commit harder to the ground game for this season, so we're going to try not to use the flyer too much, but it's really just necessary for doing a lot of things. So I don't know. I'm feeling a little overwhelmed, to be honest with you. There's still we're doing super good. I think we're doing really good. We've got a lot of good things happening. We've got our greenhouse. We've got an amazing RG, an awesome trike. We've got Knuckles. We've got Mason over there, our Dodick. And so we've got a taming pen that's really nice. We've got the kibbles happening. We've got a bunch of sheep, and it's still super early. So, I really think we're doing good, but there's still so much that we need to do that I feel like I need to do in order to be ready to really start like advancing and doing things. And one of those things is to get our gatherers going, because we're starting to load up here. We got a bunch of dinos hanging out, and I don't know about you, but it drives me crazy. It's driving me crazy just having them all hanging out. We need to get some organizational things happening. We need to get some pens built and whatnot. And so I really want to get our full lineup of gatherers online. We've got Mason for gathering stone now, which is great. Thanks to all the gatherer weight buffs. I had planned early on. Oh, that's it. Get out of here. Nope, don't. Uh-oh. I had planned early on to... wow, why didn't he die? Die. To grab one of the bazillion Castoroides that were over here and to use him as my primary wood gatherer. But with the amazing weight buff that's being given now to primary gatherers, I think we're going to go ahead and get a mammoth online at some point. But even there, with all of the available beaver dams, wood just really isn't something that we're ever truly lacking. Also, the latest patch, 256, 259, I apologize, I don't remember for sure now, changed our tasty cake recipe so that now we have to... What are you? 68. Not good enough. We have to get some honey, some bee honey online. So that's definitely something that we need to do. Not going to be a problem. We've got beehives all over the place. We're just going to need to go ahead and get into the ghillie suit and get some bug repellent going. Luckily, again, with all of the beaver dams, we can go ahead and tame it up with rare flowers, which are not going to be a problem to get ourselves a hold of. So we still need our primary gatherers. That means I need to get a Megalosaurus for gathering Satch. I've got to get an Anky for getting the flint and the metal things happening. We need to get the mammoth for wood. And is that it? I think that's think that's it. For right now, that's it. Definitely would have liked, just because it's a newish dino, I would have liked to gotten into, oh, I can't think of the guy's name now, the little sloth guy that gets rage when he eats bugs and gathers chitin like it is going out of style. But, you know, honestly, like, chitin just isn't really anything that we're in desperate need of. I mean, at this point, we're past the chitin armor. We kinda will need it for some saddles, but typically the main reason for farming boatloads of chitin is to make boatloads of cementing paste. And you know, we've got the beaver dams again, huge, amazing ability to just farm the crud out of those for cementing paste. And even if we didn't, like, if that weren't the way we went, I would probably just tame up a Beazle Bufo and use him for gathering cementing paste, because there are bugs all over the place. Excuse me. And he gives, that would give us chitin and cementing paste. So a really great concept. I love what the ARK devs do, making these utilitarian dinos and really giving them a niche all of their own. But unfortunately, there's so many that, like, it's such a cool niche, but there's a better way, in my opinion, to achieve the same goal. And I don't know, maybe I could see it coming into play, maybe more on like PvP servers where you are like maybe unable to easily access certain areas of the map, and you kind of have to deal with what you have around you. So, so that's, it's cool in that regard. But for us, playing single player, or kind of the whole island is our playground, it's not worth it to me to go out and tame something that has a single purpose when I have what I feel is a better way to achieve the same goal. So anyway, that being said, we're gonna go around and see if we can find a gatherer for this episode. I would really, really, really like to get into an Anky. I feel like the flint is super needed at this point. We really need to start making a whole lot of gunpowder. And I actually did go ahead and hand harvest a bunch off camera and made up a bunch of gunpowder. Oh, that's what I was going to say. We made up a bunch of gunpowder, so we got up a bunch of bullets and a bunch of tranq darts. But then by getting all those alphas, you may have already noticed, we were able to upgrade all of our items. So we've got, I picked up this journeyman crossbow. We also got a journeyman hatchet, and then the apprentice all of our other tools. Picked up the journeyman crossbow, but then I immediately dumped it in favor of making an additional long neck rifle, and went ahead and made up the scope for the bulleted version. So there is that. So we're making really good headway on getting some things done. And we've even got, we've got a bunch of higher tier tools and stuff sitting back at home as backups in the event that we die and lose our stuff, or die and need to grab up some temporary tooling in order to get back to our stuff, or for whatever reason. So yeah, like I said, I'm gonna fly around and see what I can do about finding a gatherer, and hopefully that gatherer will be an Anky. But as soon as I find something, I will. I kind of totally went the wrong way, didn't I? I should have headed over to the redwoods. That way I could have looked at Ankylosaurus and Ankys. So I'll head over there right now, and then we'll check on back. Okay, quick update. So I flew all around the redwoods biome. Probably flew around the piece of land that makes up the biome, I don't even know, 20, 30 times, and just didn't really find anything worth a darn. And so I decided to return to my original sort of plan, which was to come over here to Herbivore Island, And I'm just gonna sort of, where is everything? Okay, there's stuff over there. I'm gonna sort of call the island out. 4 and an 8. And let them respawn. Let everything respawn in hopes that we can trigger a high level Anky that way. Get this Pteranodon? Yeah. And just to kind of give you an idea, I guess things are really weird when you're playing on single player because not everything is loaded in all the time. If I can get this guy. Oh, nice. The benefits of 1500% damage on an RG, I guess. Yeah, so spawning is really weird. Spawning is really, really weird. Like, you have to be here and be hanging out here, it seems like, for a while before things start spawning in. But I've kind of used this method before with mixed results in terms of getting a high-level RG, but the one nice thing is the island is, like, just big enough that if we go around killing everything that we encounter, that, like, by the time we get to this end of the island, it gives a chance for the other end, the backside over there, for things to get just out of distance and respawn. And then likewise, as we come around again to the backside, it gives an opportunity for things on the front side to respawn. And as if we take the time to stop and kill things, then it actually gives it time for everything to spawn. At least that's usually the case, but like I said, here on a single player instance, it's just really wackadoo, man. It's like, I don't know, the spawning is just, it's not as efficient. But you can already see, like, there was nothing over here just a second ago, and now there's all sorts of things. So we're just gonna go around, and the nice thing is it's a concentrated area, and there's multiple places where Ankys will spawn on this island in groups of 2 to 3. So it's a pretty easy way to check out a bunch of different Ankys rather quickly. I'm surprised we haven't seen any Brontos yet. Are there any on top? Nope. Super surprised we haven't seen any Brontos yet. Like, usually there's 3 Ankys right here, and there'll be like 1 or sometimes 2 right here. And as we come around back to the fork, there's the 2 that, you know, we just killed a little while ago that come in over here, and then sometimes there's 2 or 3 on the opposite point over there. So that's basically what I'm gonna do, is just fly around the island over and over again, probably about 1,200 times. Hopefully only about 2 more times. And we'll see how it works out, and I'll bring you guys back when and if I find anything, or if it's just an abysmal failure and I have to move on to a different idea. Alright, so another real quick update. Just thought I'd bring you guys back real quick. Like, we've been making laps around the island here for, I don't know, probably 2.5, 3 hours. And I mean, it's working out. We're getting, obviously, we're rotating through spawns without a problem. I just haven't really seen anything of any significant level, at least not a whole lot. I did see, at one point in time, I had 3 or 4 level 94s. Does that work out right? I think so. 94 or 96, whatever. 96, I think. I did see 112 that I probably should have tamed it up, honestly. I mean, it's not like we're looking for a super awesome battle dino or anything. We just want something that's gonna be kind of badass and have some sweet weight going on so that we can grab up a bunch of flint and metal It's just so hard to not to settle for something that's not 120. So I'm gonna keep flying around, and hopefully we can eventually get ourselves into a 120, or even at this point I would probably even settle for a 116. Or I mean, honestly, another 112. If it came up, I'd probably go ahead and take it. I don't know. We'll give it some time. If we get another 112 on the next round, I'll probably leave it and continue to fly around for just a little while longer, because I really would like to get a 120. You always want a 120, but sometimes it's just not worth the wait. So what do we got here? This guy, 16. 64. Thought I saw another one over here. There is one over there. Isn't there? Am I seeing things? No, there he is. 60. Alright, so I'm going to keep making the rounds here, and I will bring you guys back whenever there's actually something to show. I give up. I give up. I have been beaten. I cry uncle. I flew circles around the island for about 4 hours, and I was finally able to 12. I was finally able to get another 112 to spawn in, and I reluctantly decided that that was going to be the best thing that I could get, and so I went ahead and I knocked it out, and I headed back to base to grab the kibble, and my computer crashed. And when it did, I lost all the footage, and it loaded back into an old save that was still from me flying around trying to get the thing to spawn in. I continued to fly around it for another 2 hours, and I think the best I ever saw was something in the 70s. So I said, screw it, and I'm over here in the snowy biome, and we're going to fly around in an area where we can find any one of the 3 gatherers that we are still looking for, Megalosaurus, Anky, or Mammoth. Of course, we're not having very much luck finding any of those. Of course, I did actually already scope out 5 mammoths that were of low level. Here's a bunch of them over here. A couple of Megalosaurus, as well as you just saw me check out, and Anky. I should have looked around. Actually, those rarely spawn in groups of 1. Were there 2? I don't even remember anymore. 4, 40, 52. So we're gonna scout around out here for a little while and see what we can find. But there's something else going on. I'm having a big problem with spawns. I don't know if this is happening on servers or if it's just on single players. I don't even remember if I've talked about this or not already. I'm a little frazzled from just flying around in circles killing things. But I'm having a problem with spawn. I mean, look, there's nothing. There's nothing here. It seems like anytime I leave an area, everything despawns, and when I come back, like, it takes me being in the area for about an hour before populations return to the way that they should. And then some areas where I've spent a whole lot of time there, like around our base, like when I leave and come back, there's still a bunch of despawning that seems to have gone on. It's not as densely populated as it was when I left, but it's not completely unpopulated either. And I mean, this is just ridiculous. I have never experienced this on a server where this type of thing would happen. And I was looking through, we took a new patch update today. I was looking through all the patch notes. I looked through some previous patch notes, and I didn't see anything that would suggest that this is as intended behavior. It's really frustrating, though. I mean, this game is supposed to be going full release here in the next not too long, and it's just Every time I turn around, it's broken. And this is seriously broken. Like, you can't just not have dinos around. 72. That really just sort of defeats the entire purpose of playing the game. 12. Oh, he's mate boosted though, so... Where's your buddy? Where's your buddy? We are starting to see some things come back though, which is nice. 84. I would almost take that. I'm so frustrated. Sick of looking for things. Here's the other one. It's probably not going to be much though. Yeah, 4. Fantastic. That's what I want to see right about now. Level 4 Ankies. So, I don't know. I was going to keep you guys here for a little while, hoping that there was going to be a little more action in the way of finding stuff to look at, but I don't know that there is. I don't know. Maybe. We're coming up on some more stuff occasionally here. I really thought we were going to find more Megalosaurus than anything else. 92. Did I already see these guys on the way over here? I don't know. There's a woolly rhino. Oh, there's one of these guys. Megatherium. What are you called? Chitin gatherer dude. Sloth guy. Megatherium. Ah, I was right. Okay. Okay, see? I know things. I know stuff. Another RG. Oh, Anky getting tore up by wolves. 48. Huh, dead. Huh, wolves getting tore up by me. Alright, come here. What? Stop! Stop. What? Just die and stop following me, please. I'm trying to do things, trying to look at stuff. Gotta be honest, guys. I'm just tired. I'm really tired. I'm really upset. That makes me sad. That has always been my strategy for taming an Anky, and it has always worked for me quite well. Quite well indeed. That has been a working strategy for me. One thing that I am kind of interested in checking out, the patch notes for the patch that went live today said, I know I've seen these guys before because I remember this guy being stuck in a tree. These are the first ones I looked at. What? Dude, really? You got a death wish? Apparently you do. The model for the what do you call it? Cat, not the Thylacoleo cat, which I can't seem to get to spawn, but the other cat. Oh god, I hate these guys. Sabertooth. There we go. That's the word. Apparently the model changed, so it'd be kind of neat to see what those look like. And we do kind of want to get one of those for making cave runs, although now is not really the time for that. So anyway, I guess I'm gonna keep flying around and see if I can find a gatherer, and I'll bring you back when I find one. Ladies and gentlemen, the ARK gods have spoken, and they have sent their messenger, this Ovis, to tell me that taming a gatherer is not meant to be today. So, I don't know, I just don't know. Plain and simple. I just don't know. That's about all the patience that I have got left for today's exploring and doing of the things that we do. If I don't die here in just a second from freezing, I'm gonna just bring this Ovis back to base. And I think we have one more tasty cake available. I'm probably gonna die. Maybe not. One more tasty cake available to get him tamed up. And if not, then I guess we will start out the next episode by getting some beehive things happening in order. There's my broken bone. There we go. We're going to warm up. As we're going to warm up, it's negative 17. Why am I still in Whiskey Peak? Oh, I might as well leave you guys here to see if I live or not. I should be... I'm headed right for the... Darn. I'm eating... The food is not healing me. Oh, I'm not... I'm just cold now. Just cold. I'm not ice cubed. We should be good. Anyway, that's it. That's all the patience I've got. That's all the time we've got. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out and watching this video. If you liked it, please leave a like, click that thumbs up button. If you haven't already, please make sure and subscribe. Check out my previous ARK videos. If you've missed them, they should all be in the playlist that's available. Link to that is down in the description. Until next time, guys, this is RnTmErr, tired, frustrated, and signing out. Peace.